Welcome everyone to our episode 76 of our section Drops of Wisdom. In today's episode, we are going to discuss the book of the Clock by Laura Vanderkam, and we are going to talk about the topic of time, how to master your time and live a happy and productive life. This is something that you can do. This is something realistic. This is something achievable, but you need to understand that there are multiple layers in this kind of discussion that we are going to have during these episodes. We are going to see how this pseudo productivity is just advancing your disease, is disrupting your sleep, is leaving you with a sense of guilt. And this was research in a very big study that was performed more or less 30, 40 years ago, where they divided people and they gave a set of tasks. For one group of this research, they gave them just two things that they had to do, and they were not distracted at all. The other group was assigned to finish 4 or 5 tasks, and they were constantly interrupted, just as you are interrupted in your office or in your home by notifications from your mobile or by meetings or by email. All of those things are disrupting the attention that you have for each particular task. And in addition to that, you have more things to do, or that's what most people plan for. And what they saw after they performed this experiment is that the people that had 4 or 5 things to do and were constantly interrupted, they left to their homes with a sense of guilt, with a sense of failure, with a sense of not being able to accomplish the things that they have to do, and with the sensation that they needed to do something more, and they were not able to enjoy any kind of moment with their families, not even their dinner, not even, of course, their sleep, and the disruption in the happiness or the joyful moments that they could have was extremely high. And the stress that they left with was constant and becoming chronic. Instead, the other group that were just assigned 2 things to do, and they were not interrupted, and they finished those 2 things, they left the place or the study or the trial, and they went home, and they were completely free in their mind, free in their emotions, to enjoy the moments with their families, to enjoy their dinner, to enjoy their sleep. And when they returned the next day, they had a lot more energy and more focus and more attention compared to the ones that left with that sense of guilt, failure, and of course, a diminished confidence. So that's what happens in everywhere in the world, where people think that being productive is working 12 hours, where people think that having a to-do list of 5, 6, 7 things to do is being high performer. That's not at all being a high performer. That's just being naive and also kind of silly, because you are damaging your own health, and your brain cannot accomplish those things unless if you are being interrupted. And this is also giving me a gateway to say that all of the companies that think that they are being more productive by demanding more things and by interrupting their employees with constant meetings, with constant emails, with constant notifications, what they are doing is that they are just diminishing productivity, diminishing happiness, and creating more disease. So, what would you do if I tell you that suddenly you can recover 3 or 4 hours of your time just following these 7 advices that I'm going to give you? When you start logging your activities, when you start making memorable moments, when you start prioritizing relationships and embracing a realistic expectation of what you will accomplish day by day, you can revolutionize your approach to time and productivity because both things are not against each other. Start making every moment count today. Start knowing where is your time going. So the first tip or advice that I can give you is track your time. That's the best one. Keep a detailed log, and you don't have to keep in mind that you don't have to write a page or a paragraph, or you don't have to make a diary about the activities. You just have to know where is your time, in what kind of activity. So keeping a detailed log of how you spend your time to gain a true understanding of where your hours go, it's going to give you the detail that you need to know where are you spending your time. That can reveal surprising insights about your daily activities and help you make more informed decisions about how to allocate your time effectively. Because you can notice in this log of activities that you are wasting time in the social networks. You are investing 30, 45, 50, or 1 hour or more than 1 hour in your social activities. And that can be really easy to track just with the notification of your phone that tells you where are you spending the time on your screen. So by knowing that you are wasting 30, 40, or 1 hour of your time, you will really know that you have that hour to get back from those activities. Number two, create memorable experiences. Make an effort to engage in novel, and they don't have to be always novel, exciting activities. These, they can be exciting activities that create lasting memories that you really remember. These experiences not only enrich your life, but also stretch the perception of time, making you feel like you've had more time overall. Because the majority of people, their best slogan or their favorite slogan is, I don't have time. So if you suddenly start having time to do for 15, 20, half an hour, your hobby or exercise or reading or resting or just meditating, all the other person are going to think that you are doing something different, strange, or that you don't have really too much work. And instead, what you are just doing is knowing where you are spending your time. That's the only thing that you are doing. Allocating your time very wisely. Number three, embrace white space. White space, blocks of time where you don't do anything, when you don't feel pressure to feel the moments, when you start to feel bored, because boredom is good for your creativity, because boredom also allows you to have an awareness of the kind of thoughts and toxicity that you are creating inside of you, and the things that are just creating these ruminating cycles that give you anxiety, and knowing why are those emotions there. And that will give you a very good start to know where do you have to work in terms of your emotions, and also will allow you to say no to unnecessary commitments just to be a people pleaser. So saying no to those commitments can help you reclaim that time to reduce the stress, because when you are in those moments where you are in silence, when you are not doing anything, and I mean anything, you are reducing your stress. You are helping your body to have less inflammation. You are helping yourself to sleep much better. And that in turn will raise your creativity, your cognition, your attention to be more productive the next day. Number four, invest in your relationships. Spend quality time with loved ones, as strong social connections not only enhance your happiness, but also they contribute to a sense of having more time. And they also release a very powerful hormone called oxytocin. So, oxytocin creates a regulation in your system and allows you also to reduce inflammation and stress, and primes, activates your immune system. Cultivate these meaningful relationships and prioritize spending time with friends and family that leave you something positive, not with the toxic ones. And this is also an exercise that you can add here. Start filtering the kind of people that you are going to be interacting more with. Number five, manage your expectations. Be realistic. Adjust your expectations about productivity and accomplishment to align with the reality of the time that you have. So if you would know that you have 6 hours or 5 hours or four or whatever the number is, make yourself much wiser by just stating or logging two activities. If you finish those two, that's it. You are okay. You are fine, and you will be able to feel that fulfillment of those activities, and you are not going to take home the sense of guilt that you didn't achieve the 5 or 6 things that you wanted to do. If you still have time to add one more, do it. But if you know that there is just half an hour or 1 hour and the other activity is going to take you more than that, don't do it. Because if you don't finish that, you will leave the place, your office, or if you work at home, you will try to close the day with the sense of guilt that you didn't finish that third activity. Setting these realistic goals and celebrating these small achievements of 1 or 2 activities per day can help you avoid the feeling of being overwhelmed and maximize your productivity for the next day and continue the activities, because they will never end, believe me. Number six, prioritize experiential spending. What is this? Using your money to invest in experiences that bring you joy and create lasting memories, either a seminar, either a course, either a book, either a trip, whatever it is that leaves you with lasting memories. Focus on activities that enhance your well-being and prioritize spending on experiences over material possessions, because everything that you can buy and is a material possession will stay in this planet. Everything that you experience, you will be able to take it with you, to take it in the last memories of this lifetime. So those are the most valuable memories that you can have. Number seven, optimize your daily activities. How do you optimize or boost your daily activities? Identify the activities that bring you happiness and those that detract from it. Then use your resources to maximize the positive experiences and minimize the negative ones. Be strategic in the investment in areas like reducing, for example, your commute time. If you cannot reduce the commute time, at least do something productive that makes you grow in this traffic. You can listen to this podcast, for example, or to any other podcast listen to an audiobook, start a course on audio, and use this time also to relax. Sometimes just turn off the radio, turn off everything, and just leave your mind wandering and start thinking about the important things in your life and being grateful. You can start that practice of being grateful. Overall, start improving your well being and happiness by investing, optimizing your time in the activities that bring you joy, and start identifying the ones that make you feel drained and finish them faster and allocate them probably uh, intercalated or in between activities so that you can have two positives by one negative. And you can do the same with the people in your life. So I hope that these tips allows you to really, really embrace the concept that you can live this happy and productive life the moment you want to start knowing where your time goes. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a wonderful afternoon and middle of the week. Happy Eastern and happy East, sorry, or Eastern festivities. Um, and also, I encourage you to leave me comments, to leave me a review in my page, to subscribe to the channels, and to support me in my website, where you can find a button that says donate. You can donate whatever you want, $1 to 5, whatever it is. You will really help me to keep this momentum and to keep these activities that I do just to help you to embrace your 5 pillars of health. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. Have a wonderful day. Bye.